Welcome to the Overgrowth Art Asset Overview. Some of you may have been wondering why there hasn't been any art updates recently. That's for a few reasons. I was under the weather for a couple of weeks, I spent a week going to Austin for Fantastic Arcade, and more recently I've been working on finishing up the final comic update. If you've been following Overgrowth for less than a year, you may not be familiar with the comic. It's because I've been working on this update for a long time. A lot of the early feedback that I got on the comic was that the updates should be longer, and so I kept making this update longer and working on it until I was happy with it. The result is a pretty big update. One of the original motivations for me to work on the comic was so that I could get better at storytelling. Between this comic update and Receiver, I feel like I've finally gotten to the point where I can write a decent story for a video game. Another motivation for the comic was to flesh out some of the ideas behind the world of Overgrowth. I feel like the comic does a pretty good job of establishing some interesting places and characters, and also giving some insight into the different cultures. My primary motivation in wanting to be finished with the comic at this point, though, is simply that I would prefer to spend the time working on the actual game content, so expect to see more of that in the future. Starting tomorrow, there's going to be comic updates every day for the rest of the week, which you can check out at wolfire.com/comic. Don't forget you can pre-order the game at wolfire.com/preorder. Thanks.